How's it? My name is Kilo. Welcome to the Chaos Effect Mind, or welcome back. I got off a little early tonight, so I figured I would go ahead and pull some affirmations, which I've already pulled. I did a little different tonight, so we're gonna see how it goes. But this entire spread is really connecting, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. You know, tomorrow is April 1st, wherever you are. It's gonna be April 1st in about 2 hours here, maybe one, I think. But that's why I got the white candle lit, new beginnings. And Monday is also associated with the color white, which I happen to be wearing white, which is a shocker to me because I usually don't wear white. But yeah, so this reading really connected. I was just reading something for this oracle card here, but let's go ahead and get into it. I pray you all are well, and I've already cleansed the space as well. So the first affirmation that came out was evolving, and I think I've only seen this card one time. I've had this deck since I've had this deck, and I've had this deck for maybe 2-3 years now. So it says evolving. It says, every day my body and mind evolve, my mind becomes wise, my body becomes seasoned. Each day that I heal and change, the more sure of myself I become. I rise tall like mountains touch the clouds, never to be trampled. All right, and again, I asked for one card, but then the evolving in the finances card, affirmation card, came out right after it, which I thought was interesting because I saw the yoga pose and it was just a light reminder to me to make sure I do my back yoga after driving a bunch today. So that's what that reminded me of. And then I saw the finances. Well, first I saw the little clementine or orange up here that the hand is grabbing. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I saw it said finances. I was like, oh, so finances are probably evolving in some way, shape, or form, whether that be yours, mine, or the collective as a whole. I was talking to the collective, so take it as it resonates. And you know, you could be doing more yoga, you could be getting more active. There's another card that came out somewhere talking about being active. So oops, I didn't read this. Finances. It says, I can spend or save money how I see fit. I have worked hard to own what I have, and it is my choice and my choice alone how to use it. No one can take this freedom away from me. I find that last part interesting because there's a lot of talking about like not being able to control others and approval from others and things of that nature. So I find that fitting with the finances card as well. Obviously we live in a world of gimme, but you know, it is no one's business of how you spend your money and what you do with it, because it's your fucking money. You worked hard to earn it. You worked hard to get it and bring it towards you. So you're abundant anyway, regardless of what people think. All right, and it says equal parts. Water seeks its own level. Therefore, I attract those who can meet me where I am. I am on my journey, lol. Oops. My interpersonal relationships are mirrors into my own self, so I strive to put my best self into the universe so that I shall find others who seek growth. That's interesting to me because I just saw a Bashar quote the other day, and it was like a lady who was upset with her romantic life or relationship or situation, and Bashar said, well, you're not the person who you want to be, so why would you want to attract someone in the level of being you are currently when you're not even who you want to be? So that means you're going to attract someone who's like at your vibration now, and they're not going to be who you want them to be. Something along those lines. So equal parts, again, is not putting anyone down in any way, but yeah, you want your relationship to definitely mirror you and elevate you to ascend you to the best you can be. I guess is what I want to say to that. But I asked for one card again. Of course, 2 popped out. These cards are a little slippery, so this one was on the bottom, so I'm gonna read this first. And again, it looks like the little fruit that's on this picture, so that's interesting as well. It says, I inhibit no one. We each create our own reality. As you find vibrational harmony with your desires, you are never inhibiting or preventing anyone else from living what they are creating, but you are controlling and creating your own reality. My throat chakra just got really itchy when I read that. So maybe you need to speak your truth in some way when people, you know, they're supposed to want the best for you, especially the people around you that love you and all those things. So if they're not creating their reality it should never inhibit you or prevent you from living your life the way you want. See, excuse me. Living life the way you want or how you want, again, spending your money how you want, going on vacation, buying whatever random thing that makes your inner child happy. Like, even if it's ridiculous and people tell you should grow up, I think they should shut up. But yeah, so it's not preventing anyone from living the life they want. They are the creators of their reality for the most part. So, you know, as long as you're creating a reality that you're happy to dwell in, I don't see the problem with that. Do no harm, take no shit. That's what I was trying to say. Well, this card is trippy. There's like a lady. I don't know if this is a wall of leaves or what, but it says, my joy does not depend upon the approval of others. Again, with the approval, right? So you don't need approval of anyone. It doesn't matter who they are to you. No, you don't need anyone's approval. Don't seek that validation. There lies empty wells. All right, it says, no effective guidance will ever be achieved by seeking the approval of others, for they all desire different things of you. See, constant pure guidance from source comes forth from within you, and it is always there, right? So you're always connected to source, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are always connected to source. So what do you think a pule is, a prayer? What do you think prayer is? It is connecting to your source, connecting to your inner being, inner self. So just remember, people are always expecting you to meet their needs and their expectations. So if you go to someone seeking advice, sometimes it's not your best bet, because they can only give you advice based on their perception of the matter, whatever the case may be, or from their own version and projection of their own trauma, right? So just be careful who you take advice from. Not saying everybody's like that, but most are. It says, it is not my work to control others. See, and that's the thing. Free will is a very, very large part of this. I don't know why I just started thinking of like twin flame soulmate situations, right? People are so worried about being alone, yet, you know, like, are you even happy to be alone with yourself? Like, do you even know yourself to the fullest extent? Like, and obviously we're going to be changing every day, so we're not always going to know who we are. But again, you don't control others. So I never saw the point of trying to force somebody to stay with you, or to coerce somebody to be with you or love you or whatever. Like, I don't want that. Like, bitch, you want to go walk? I don't know what to say. But yeah, obviously I care about people and I wanted them to stay in my life, but like, me fighting that, what, is going against the grain. So why would I? And maybe they weren't my divine partner. Maybe they weren't who I thought they were, and that's fine. Like, these things happen. But the divine will always give you back what you give out tenfold, over and over, I promise. It says, trying to limit anybody about anything defies the laws of the universe. It cannot be done. You cannot control others, but you can control and create your own reality. Again, with the creating our own reality, okay? So it's very important to know that you're not happy in a situation. Figure out a way, like, see what's in your control to change the situation, right? Like, ask yourself, what is in your control if you're not happy in a situation? How can you make small steps to change those things, all right? It says, seeking approval of others hinders my joyousness, all right? It says, if the way you feel depends on anything outside of you, you're in trouble. But if you depend only upon your connection with your own inner being, then everything in your experience falls into alignment. I don't even need to say nothing else for real. Because the things you seek outside of yourself are invalid. They're irrelevant. They don't really matter. They might matter in 3D perspective, but in any other dimension, no one gives a fuck. I promise you. It says, manifest the fuck out of your dreams. This video is getting 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. It says, the most vulnerable thing to admit to is your deepest wound. It is what you really, truly want. We are talking your biggest, craziest dreams and desires. Be vulnerable, at least with yourself. Write that shit down, make a to-do list, and maybe even tell someone, make it happen. You can do this, all right? So again, with the seeking approval, not in your control, and depending on approval of others, and creating your own reality. What is that crazy ass dream you have? It is reality. You just have to bring it. So it says, maybe you just need to shake your booty, all right? Again, with the evolving and the movement, like, maybe you're starting a new routine, a workout routine, or I like to call it body conditioning. Life throws out very few problems that are not more easily managed after you've danced it out a bit. Think you're a bad dancer? Stop that shit right now. Just stand up and give your groove thing a jiggle. It is 98.5% scientifically proven to make you take yourself less seriously. Right? So again, that I feel like again that goes along with the seeking approval of others hinders my joyousness. Okay, so be your weird fucking self, bro. Just be your weird self. Do the weird thing, whatever you think that is, and who gives a fuck if they like it or not. I did pull a tarot card for this reading to cover the spread, and the sun came out. So light, life, energy, just very renewed energy, very fitting for April 1st, right? And I find it interesting because I accidentally knocked over another tarot deck I had, and the 3 cards that were upside down was 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Cups, excuse me, and the Queen of Wands. All right, so something is a shaken loose. All right, something is definitely shaken loose. You know, it's time to take action, and that was on the bottom of this deck, action taker. All right, so in this card, it's a swing set, which I really like because it's raining in it, and again, it's like holographic. I love that. Any Pokemon cards I ever got, like obviously the holographic ones were always my favorite. So pretty and rainbowy. All right, but yeah, swing set. It says you're in a park. Dark clouds roll in, and you hear thunder in the distance. Immersed in a book, you do not realize that the park is cleared out and you are alone. As rain starts to pummel to the asphalt, the swing creaks back and forth. You're reminded of your childhood when things felt simple and free. Let yourself feel this again, even if only for a moment. Your inner child will thank you. All right, it says play, children, the rain, inner child. And I spoke about the inner child earlier. It's raining here right now. And again, this card is talking about maybe you just need to shake your booty, okay? Stop being so concerned with what others think of you. Who gives a fuck? You know, like, I know it's easier said than done. Like, we obviously want to appear as such to certain people and in certain scenarios. Like, oh, I have to appear sexy or do whatever. You know, like, bro, chill out. Like, that shit is so corny. But yeah, this is because I work for the universe. My retirement plan is lit. Hell yeah. See, I was just going to bring something up about, like, you know, why do you think, like, older or Capona or elders, they don't give a fuck about, like, how they are, who they. I love those little old ladies that like dress however the fuck they want. They got all the bright colors, big jewelry, big glasses, like bright lipstick, cool makeup, dope hair. Like, you know, I'm just like truly like, yes, fashionista. It says, if you can live as an inspiration to all who encounter you, you are truly living your light. Profound bliss comes in the form of service to what is right, not the success that a traditional career helps you achieve. I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. Enjoy the sparkling lights of the fun and the luxury that this world offers, but do not let them distract you. You will always be embraced, nourished, and protected if you honor your magnificent mission to serve Gaia. When you work for the universe, you will never be broke, unemployed, or deprived again, okay? And this right here, Lord, yes, Lord. This right here, like, so again, don't be of service to get something out of it, to gain something out of it. I can't stand those, like, anyway, it doesn't matter. They're doing whatever to help, supposedly, but, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so loud. And don't do something to get something back in return, right? Like, do things out of the goodness of your heart. Do things because you know it's right. Do things because God is watching you. And she's the one that makes the final decision, okay? Buddha's watching, like, all the things, like, anyone you call, whoever, the Most High is watching you, Yahweh. It's just, you are being watched. Just like the glasses, the universe sees you, okay? Help that little animal, like, do the thing. Help that random person, you know, it's just the small things that you can do to create an impact. It doesn't have to be large. It doesn't have to be well known. It doesn't have to be shouted to the world. You know you did it, okay? And it's not about being a good or bad person. It's just do what's right. Do the right fucking thing, all right? I pray this helps somebody. 1440 when I said that. So yeah, I hope y'all have a great night and a beautiful start to April. Mahalo. Peace.